today.
What are you doing? What you doing, June?
I'm making cinnamon rolls with Daddy.
Are you making the cinnamon rolls or eating the icing?
I turn the icing on the cinnamon rolls with a flake.
Okay. Bonnie Ann. Good morning, everybody. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. It means I don't have to go to work today.
I wish I could say the same. However, I do have maybe more play than work. I'm obviously shooting a video, so this is morning of, which rarely happens.
Really?
But Nathan and I actually went out of town this weekend. So Charlie starts school this week. June goes back to her little preschool this week. And so they start later in the week. And so Nathan and I took a trip to Northwest Arkansas. Visited just some, a local pottery place, went to the farmer's market, ate some good food, just kind of hung out for a little bit.
Yeah, had just a great kid-free weekend.
Yeah, and so now today we're hanging out as a family. Nathan made cinnamon rolls. Junie's about to decorate them, as you guys just heard, but I am working on sourdough. So fun fact, there are two things I love doing at night, and these things, in my opinion, are to somewhat take place at night.
Where are you going with this?
We're keeping it G. We're keeping it G. I love baking bread at night. Once the kids have gone to bed, I come in here, I've got like candles, the diffuser going, I've got my moody music, and it's just me in the zone in the kitchen. And it's the one time that I can be in the kitchen and there's no distractions because everyone's asleep and in bed. And so I love baking at night. And if I can do, kind of the bulk of that, for me today I did the daily loaf, which is a lot of lifts and folds. If I can kind of do that over the course of a few hours at night, I prefer that. The second thing I love doing at night, I practiced as a doula for several years. I'm no longer practicing, but I loved going to births in the middle of the night. I gave birth to both of my girls in the middle of the night. Again, it's just one of those something about that nighttime atmosphere I just love, even though I'm an early bird. But last night I stayed up until 1:30 in here making sourdough because we went to a restaurant in Fayetteville and they served us, or Nathan, this avocado chili toast, but it was on this thick loaf that kind of tasted like sourdough. But was
I think it was.
You think it was sourdough?
Yeah.
But my loaves don't look like that because I make sourdough in a Dutch oven, and so, they get round. I don't have those traditional pan loaves where I'm making sandwich loaves. So I'm gonna try to play around with that today and get a thicker cut of bread so we can freeze those. That way we can pull them out and easily, Nathan can make avocado toast. I had melted feta with preserves in the middle, which tasted phenomenal. So really just trying to play around with some different loaves, kind of what we're doing today. We had grand plans of cleaning the chicken coop. However, we realized you're not supposed to work today, so we're gonna save that for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Somebody smells cinnamon rolls.
What are you doing?
You were supposed to go get dressed.
What? You don't even have any pants on. Alright, well you go spread the icing on the cinnamon rolls, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Mama's gonna do some bread.
You think you can do that without Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing here before I forget. This went out in a newsletter today, so if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, I'll find a link and put it down. But we have got 10% off the shop all day long, 10% off of anything. You can use code Labor Day at checkout. So if you've been thinking about maybe getting Otis or getting started with sourdough or really just anything, we kind of have our website as 3 different categories. We've got garden, home and kitchen, and then lifestyle. And so really it's just all of my favorite products, all the things that I'm using. We've tried to partner with people specifically and just really kind of support other businesses in that and as well, which has been really fun. So what I'm gonna do now is the final shape on this. So what I did last night is I added my starter, flour, water, salt. I mixed it all together with my hands. It was really, really rugged and ragged. I let it set for an hour. After that hour, I came back through. I performed several rounds of lifts and folds, about 15 or 20. And then every 30 minutes, I did that over the course of 2 hours. Now, this is one method of doing it. This is how I do it. I learned this recipe from a lady in England who is very, very successful in sourdough. I know I tell some people that and they're like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. There's no way I'm doing that. And the lifts and folds are more time consuming, which is why we don't do these a lot in the summertime. The focaccia is very hands off. So if you're looking for a quick sourdough, I think maybe focaccia would be the way to go first. But when we transition into fall and winter and I've got those longer sets of time inside, maybe because the weather is just cold or whatever, I definitely prefer to do this. So it looks great. All my bowls, because we get asked this all the time, and Nathan gets on to me for not ever telling you guys, all of our pottery bowls come from Old Dog Pottery. They just had a shop update and sold out of all of them, but we've heard through the grapevine that they're gonna have another one. So make sure you're subscribed to them and you can, you know, stay up to date on when they do all their stuff. But so I've got my bannetons here, and I just have got rice flour in them, kind of caked in. I keep rice flour in mine too. And what I'm gonna do is just sprinkle regular flour on my countertop. I'm gonna dump the dough out and do my last round, kind of lifts and folds. I'm really trying to get that ball super, super tight. And then I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for a little while. The cool thing about this next step is if you feed, you know, your starter and your water and you do all of that early in the morning, then you can pop it in your refrigerator and it can stay in your refrigerator for 24 hours. So if I'm needing to make a loaf for like the next day, I'll start early in the morning doing all the steps I just told you, and then I will pop it in the fridge overnight to do its bulk fermentation, which is not what I did here. I let it ferment overnight on the counter. But you can keep it in the fridge for 3 hours, you can keep it in the fridge for 24 hours. It's just another extension of that proofing fermentation that's taking place. And so there's really kind of a lot of liberty on how long you keep it in there. But let's get started. Look at all those bubbles. Look at that. That's awesome. So essentially what you're doing here is you're creating tension. So you see I'm taking the bench scraper and I'm pushing, and then I'm pushing with my hand. You're just trying to create tension in this dough. Then I've got my banneton. I'm gonna scrape it up and then dump it over like this. That way, when you get ready to pull it out, this side will have, the opposite side will have all the rims and you'll be able to score it. And kind of what I do is just like try to pinch this together a little bit, overlay it, so that it stays nice and tight.
You make that look so good.
Alrighty.
I like being on this side of the camera.
Oh yeah? You camera chef? Alright, so Nathan went and grabbed me some tea towels. So you want your tea towels to be damp, and a lot of people ask why, and you're just kind of keeping some of that humidity in there so that the dough doesn't really dry out. So he actually just snagged these straight from the washer, which is great. We hold this tag teaming. So what I do is I just cover it up And then I tuck it under and I'll pop it in the fridge just like this. So one down. You got another one?
You sure make that look good.
You just like me because you're getting fresh dough today.
That's right.
That's right.
Doughboy loves fresh dough.
I know. I'm trying to get in a better sourdough routine. I know a lot of people are thinking about sourdough. I encourage you all to do it. It's a very just like, honestly, it's therapeutic. It's a fermented bread. You guys know how we feel about ferments in this house, so it is better for you. Even a lot of people who have gluten intolerances can do sourdough. This is why I got into it. I was eating a lot of bread because I love starch, but I was getting rashes and bumps all over my elbows. And found out it was because I was eating too much gluten. And then a friend told me about sourdough, and that's when I deep dived, and this has been several years ago. I eat bread several times, you know, a week, but it is all fermented, sourdough related. And so I don't have a problem with that. So if you do have a gluten intolerance, maybe try sourdough. They even make gluten-free sourdough starters. So that might be something to think about. But I know this time of year, holidays are approaching. We're thinking about what to do. For me, it's great if you're raising all your own animal protein, you're growing all of your own vegetables. For us, I know that that's one of our goals this year for Thanksgiving, is Nathan's gonna cook meat that was raised on our farm, vegetables that I grew, sourdough that I made in the kitchen, and y'all, that feels really, really good. Your hair looks great, don't worry. We've had a lazy morning here, and so Nathan's kind of straight out of bed.
Straight bedhead, oh well.
Looks cute. Have you thought about Thanksgiving, what you want to cook?
I have not. I mean, that's,
It's September, babe.
it's a month and a half away.
Now is the time.
I've got plenty of time to thaw out whatever I need to thaw out, so.
Yeah, so.
It depends on if we have guests, if it's just gonna be us, so that'll depend on what I cook.
Yeah, we'll definitely have guests. Usually family always comes to us because we have all the animals, and honestly we just have a lot of space so we can accommodate more people. But we usually do Friendsgiving, and then we'll do something with my side of the family, something with Nathan's side of the family. So I am already thinking about that. I'm trying to figure out what holiday loaves I want to make, what dessert loaves I want to make, what do I want to go, like a brioche roll I think would be really good.
Sounds good.
With some homemade mashed potatoes. His brother makes some of the best homemade mac and cheese. It's their grandmother's recipe. We only get it once a year. I look forward to it every year.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It is good.
So Blake, you better come up here and make some mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I got two.
Are you still in all the cinnamon rolls? Yeah.
And eating the tops off of all of
Yeah,
them.
that's what happens. All right, guys, we know this was a short video today. We wanted to hop on here, say happy Labor Day. We missed a video on Friday, but I hope you guys are enjoying a long weekend,
Yeah.
a day off.
Hope so.
We don't have a lot on our agenda today. Obviously bread baking is number one for me.
We've got to go get Peyton today.
We gotta get Peyton.
We got to go grocery shopping today. We've got lots of stuff to do today.
But no, nothing work related.
Nothing yet. No,
Nothing
ma'am.
yet.
Something will pop up.
Something will pop up. Don't forget, you guys, you can use the code at Labor Day to get 10% off anything on the website. We have all your sourdough needs covered. And there's a lot of other really cool stuff. We love your feedback on that too. We plan out quarterly what we're gonna do. We love partnering with new people. And so yeah, drop it in the comment what you would like to see. That's something we're trying to plan out for the new year as well. But
Thank you all to everyone that ordered product over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm behind. That is probably something I will do this afternoon so I can get all your orders shipped out tomorrow. So.
Yes, we got you covered, don't worry. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.